All right. What's up, kinfolk? Welcome to day two, talking about South Africa. Tonight, we are getting into the differences between some of the major, popular, most tourist visited cities in South Africa so that you can make an informed decision as to which cities you should visit, which ones have the experiences that you guys are looking for. So, we are going to cover tonight Johannesburg, aka Joburg, aka Josie, and we are going to cover Cape Town. Now, when we talk about the cities of Cape Town and Johannesburg, it's important to note that South Africa has 9 different provinces, and a lot of the information that they share is based off provinces, not necessarily city. So there are things that you can do in Western Cape, which is where Cape Town is, right? So we'll kind of go into a little bit of that as well. And then tomorrow, join us again for part 2 when we go over Pretoria and Durban. All right. So when we are talking about the major cities in South Africa, each one has its own vibe, its own culture. There's so many different things that you will be able to experience, their own scenery, all types of different experiences and adventures. And what I'm going to do tonight, that's a little bit different than how I've broken things down in the past, is we're kind of going to go through this based on like your traveler type. So if you have taken the destination matching quiz on connectmetoafrica.com and you know your traveler type, you will be able to say, oh, okay, yes, I want to do culture. Yes, I want to do nature. Yes, I want to do luxury. Yes, I want to do rest and relaxation or whatever. And I'm going to talk about the different provinces that Cape Town and Johannesburg are in according to your travel style. So if you haven't taken your destination matching quiz, go ahead and take it. It's going to give you your traveler type, your top 4 actually. And then it's also going to give you a personalized list of countries in Africa that offer the experiences for all 4 of those traveler types, like your top 4, right? That way, when you are choosing to go someplace, it's like, yes, I'm a cultural immerser. Like the most experiences that I want to have, I want to deep dive into the culture. I want to live with people. I want to know about the food, the music, the architecture, the dance. I want to know everything there is to know about the culture. I want to know the history. I want to know is it a patriarchy? Is it a matriarchy? I want to know how things came to be, and is it a republic, or all of these things. Like I'm so interested in how things formed and how people live, and is it communal or is it more individualistic? And so that's like my number one top thing, right? But your girl, and I know y'all gonna get on me because I do not even post on IG that often. I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. But when I tell you my 250 something gigs is 100% full of like photos and videos of places that I travel. I am such a sightseeing girly. I want to go to all the top landmarks in town and take pictures and videos at all of them. Okay, like all of them. I'm such a sightseeing girly, but sightseeing is not my number one. But that might be what I actually spend the most number of days doing. But where I kind of want to spend most of my time, like what I actually get joy from, is culture. So I didn't think of myself as like a nature girly, but like pretty much every country I've been to, something that's happened with me and some animal. Whether listen, we're not even going to get into all of that. But I'm a nature girly too. And I didn't even realize that, right? So for me, literally all 6 of the traveler types, I do enjoy experiences in all 6. However, my primary is culture. And then I have like my other 3, like my sub 3, where it's like, this is where I'm going to spend a lot more of my time outside of culture. And so by giving you guys those top 4, we are really making sure that the destinations we recommend to you are really like holistically going to bring you joy. It's not just, oh, you like culture, go here. Oh, you like nature, go here. No, it's like literally your top 4. Okay. So that is how we're breaking down the information for today. Now, I am going to start with Cape Town. It says, by the end, you will know exactly which country speaks to your soul. So excuse the phone ringing in the background. I don't even want y'all to know where this call is from. Wait a minute. I can't pause a live stream. We're live, so there's nothing that I can do about that. We're just going to act like y'all didn't hear everybody business. I'm at my grandma's house, so she's getting the phone call right now. All right. So anyway, going back to Cape Town. We're going to start with Cape Town. And with that connectmetoafrica.com is going to have some of this information, but I'm going to spend a lot of time on YouTube today because I don't have all of the pictures. I haven't been to every place in Western Cape. I haven't been to all the top tourist destinations. And so one thing that was really important to me about connectmetoafrica.com is that it's not just my content, it's also content from other people who have more knowledge and experience. You guys know that I'm all about being a liaison and connecting you to the people who actually know, the people who actually live there, the people who are going to know way more than me, right? So with Cape Town, we're going to focus on sightseeing. So landmarks, right? Go and get all your IG pictures. We're also focused on nature. Ooh, we talked about Table Mountain. We talked about, there are other things that we can talk about as well. We talk about Camps Bay, like the beach area. So we also, luxury. We have not gotten into luxury. If you guys want to go and feel rich and spend money, honey, if you have it to spend, Cape Town is going to give you everything that you need. And rest and relaxation. Ooh. So for Cape Town, those top, if you are a sightseer, nature enthusiast, luxury lover, or you have rest and relaxation as like one of your primary or one of your subset traveler types, Cape Town is going to give you so much, like way more than you can even enjoy, right? So we have, as far as scenery, we talked about Table Mountain. They also have Lion's Head. We talked about the beaches. There's Camps Bay. There's Clifton. They have vineyards. We know that wine is kind of synonymous with South Africa. Wine is kind of synonymous for Cape Town. So those are some of the scenic areas that you'll be able to experience. Beautiful nature. Like, are we getting this? We're understanding it, right? And then, so we have the vineyards. We have the winelands, which are not in Cape Town, but they are in Western Cape. They are not far off. So we're going to get into that a little bit. So I want to show you guys a video. And I want you to take note that it's going to be, Cape Town's a little bit more cosmopolitan. It is so beautiful. There are going to be so many things you can take pictures of. I mean, I was snapping all day, even if it was street art, if it's architecture, like it is just so beautiful. There are so many things that you can take pictures of and pictures in front of. So definitely photogenic. And even though it's like a major city, and I was telling you guys, like they have like their little street, let's like Bourbon Street, and it's turn up all day. It is a much slower pace than Johannesburg. To be able to enjoy that also. And I'm going to get into a little bit into why that is. So first, let's show you guys some videos because I know, or a video, because I know that we want to see some things, right? We really want to get into, well, what does it look like? Because I'm talking about how pretty it is. And I showed you guys some pictures yesterday. So let's go ahead and share some videos with you. It's just going to be like a few, just a few things so that you guys can get a nice sense of what Cape Town looks like. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at that. Nature, sightseeing, honey. And they do have a little bit of culture. Do not get it twisted, okay? However, you're going to find more cultural things. Now the video wants to act crazy. You're going to have more cultural things in Johannesburg. I don't like that it all of a sudden went to like crazy low definition on me, even though I loaded this video earlier to prevent all this. All right, so let's go ahead and pause it there because of the low res. But you guys get the point. They have big, beautiful malls, all sorts of things you guys can experience. And you will be able to find this video. I'm going to have it linked on connectmetoafrica.com just so that you can see more. So when we're talking about the vineyards and nature and things of that nature, you can get like an idea of why people say it's so beautiful and why it's so photogenic. So this is what I was talking about the 9 provinces. So there are all of these different, basically kind of like regions throughout the country. They call them provinces. And Western Cape is where Cape Town is. And then Gauteng is where Johannesburg is. So I wanted to show you guys something. Let's go to the map. We went over this yesterday. I showed you guys the map, and we just to give you a sense of how Cape Town is on the water, Atlantic Ocean, and then how Johannesburg and Pretoria are more inland, right? So we know that Cape Town is down here in Western Cape, and way up here is Johannesburg and Pretoria. But let's look a little bit deeper into the size. And if that's not going to let me zoom in, let me come here. Let's look at the size. I want to make sure you guys are really clear on this. So this little tiny area right here, you can see this circle. This little tiny area is the entire province of Gauteng. This little bit here, it is the smallest province. Then we have Western Cape, which we know includes like mountains and areas that are not inhabited, right? But look at the size of Western Cape versus this little Gauteng area. Now, Western Cape has the third highest population of all the provinces. There's 9 provinces. Western Cape has the third highest with over 7 million people, like 7.5 million people based off of like statistics from 2024, which was last year, right? This little tiny province of Gauteng has more than double that. This little tiny, the smallest province has more than double. It's over 15 million people in this small province here. So with that comes lots of things. Load shedding is crazy. Traffic is crazy. There is so much going on just because the sheer number of people is like massive in such a small concentrated area, right? So being able just to be aware of that so that you guys know, like, oh my goodness, the traffic is going to be way crazy. They have load shedding, which is when the power is out. There is an app that you can download to know when the power is out, and we can talk a little bit about that more throughout this week or later on this week. But for me, it felt like the power was out at least 6 hours a day. It would go out like twice a day, kind of like routinely. And it was kind of shocking to me that the power would go out sometimes like during commuter times. So that means that the traffic lights are not working. So during commute times, when people are leaving work and going home, the traffic lights are not working and basically they're turning the stop sign. And we know how that happens when it is like massive amounts of traffic and people are having to stop at stop signs. Oh my goodness, it's like crazy, right? So because my computer is old and tripping, I think that it doesn't want to continue sharing, but I wanted to show you the number of people. It is like, I'm not even joking. It is more concentrated. The number of people is more than 5 times as much as like the country of China. The sheer amount of people in not in Johannesburg, but in Gauteng, the province of Gauteng, is like 5 times more concentrated than China. It is packed. So it's just a lot of people, but it also has the biggest turn up. It has the biggest nightclubs. So we've transitioned a little bit into Johannesburg, right? So Johannesburg, amazing city. This is for our cultural immersers, for our thrill seekers, and for our luxury lovers as well. So you can get your luxury in Josie or Joburg, as it is called. Thrill seeking, so that is where I went bungee jumping in Soweto. Like, they have so many things that you can do, so many excursions and activities that you can do. And both places have connections to Nelson Mandela, which we talked about was the very first president of South Africa. So the Robben Island is where he was imprisoned for 27 years. You can visit that if you are in Cape Town. And then you can visit like his house and do the different museums and tours around about Nelson Mandela. If you go to Johannesburg, they have the Apartheid Museum in Johannesburg. So there's so much culture there. They have Soweto, where we already talked about, like you can take a tour of like the town and different things if you want. They have the hop on, hop off bus that goes throughout there as well. So some other things to do, they have the casino and theme park the Gold Reef City theme park and casino. They have the Cradle of Humanity. Remember, I told you guys that they have, I think, 6 World Heritage sites. The Cradle of Humankind is a UNESCO site. It's only about 45 minutes outside of Johannesburg, but it is more like New York style. It's more urban in Joburg. There's definitely a lot of diversity in terms of like food and things, lots of different restaurants. And Cape Town has a lot of diversity in restaurants as well. I think the first night that I was in Cape Town, I went to like a Mexican restaurant, which was like, wait, what? Why am I eating Mexican food in Cape Town? But that's where my Airbnb host took me. So that was really cool. As we've spoken about already, they do have Uber. So it is really easy to get throughout the city when you are going. They also have a train that you can take as well, just for regular transportation. Those were the 2 that I used the most, primarily Uber, but I also used the train as well when I went from Josie to Pretoria and back. Um, they have a little bit, like if you want to go see animals, but you don't want to go on like a 10-day safari or 1 week safari or whatever, they do have a slight little like safari type thing, not in the city, but a little bit outside. But if you go to Johannesburg, you can get that as well. So that is a little bit of nature for you if you did want to do nature. So let's switch over and let's see if I can show you guys a video for Joburg. All right, let's see if I go to present. All right, it's letting me back in. It like kicks me out. Okay, bam. Okay. And so this is the infographic I wanted to show as far as like the population. So this says there's 785 people per square kilometer. 785. China, there's only 150. Only, right? When we compare that to Brazil, it's like 25 people per square kilometers, or the UK is 274. Like Gauteng is packed to capacity. All right, enough about that. So switching over to a little about Josie, just so you guys can see some of the sites there. I know my computer be mad. I'll be working it hard. My bad. I don't try to. Let me close everything else. Because it be feeling like an overworked, underpaid employee. And I'm also going to have links to this as well on connectmetoafrica.com. So this is all under the customs and culture section so that you guys can see that. All right, it's going to trip out. It's going to trip out. It doesn't want to play for you guys. So I apologize. Every day there's an issue. Well, now it's playing, but I'm not in the studio anymore. It keeps kicking me out. So my bad, you guys. But I will link it to the custom and culture section of connectmetoafrica.com. And if you guys have any questions, you can let me know and I'll be sure to answer them for you. So tomorrow we are going to focus on Durban and Pretoria to make sure that you guys are able to see like the differences in those places, right? So we talked a little bit about Cape Town. We talked a little bit about Josie, but to wrap it up, basically Cape Town, you're going to get your wine, your vineyards, you're going to get your mountains, you're going to get beautiful scenery, you're going to get luxury experiences, rest and relaxation. Like they're going to have the best of the best hotels. If you want a driver, if you want to rent a car, if you want to go shopping, Cape Town is going to have all of that amazing things. Joburg is going to be nightlife heavy. It's on point. Okay, I can definitely vouch for that. And just like the hustle and bustle, kind of like the New York era, like being busy, being, more populated, a lot of people, hustle, grinding, culture, history. That's going to be more of Johannesburg for you guys. So that gave you a little bit about the differences. Check out connectmetoafrica.com, connectmetoafrica.com to see more. And then I will see you guys tomorrow where we will go over Durban, and Pretoria. All right. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you guys then. Bye.